Hello? Thanks for joining us again on the channel. This one's been on my radar for a while, and now, thanks to a friend who got his hands on it, I finally get to share the experience with you. Before we get started, feel free to check out the discount link in the description and the pinned comment. Now, let's not waste any more time and jump right into the details.
Let's start by delving into the insights shared by our first reviewer.
This reviewer found this monitor to be a real mixed bag, with excellent performance that is unfortunately overshadowed by some truly frustrating design flaws. On the positive side, the visual quality is impressive. Our reviewer noted that the screen is crisp and its low reflection surface performs well even in a bright room. For gaming, it proved to be a solid choice, with no detectable input lag when connected to a console, providing a smooth and responsive experience. The initial setup was also noted as being simple and straightforward. However, the day-to-day usability is where the major issues arise, all stemming from the placement of the main control button. This client expressed immense frustration with the decision to place the single button for all functions on the back of the unit, making it incredibly difficult to reach. This isn't a minor inconvenience, as this one button controls everything from power to volume and all menu settings. The constant need to blindly reach behind the screen every time they wanted to turn it on or off became a significant annoyance, making them wish it had included a simple remote. The built-in audio was another area of disappointment, with the quality being so poor that our reviewer plans to add a soundbar. This only added to the anxiety over the control button, as they worried about having to use the same inconvenient control for future audio adjustments. While the visual performance is commendable for its class, the ergonomic experience was a deal-breaker. This client ultimately felt that had they known about the button situation beforehand, they would have chosen a different product, and they strongly caution anyone with a tight desk setup to consider how difficult it will be to constantly access the back of their screen.
Wonderful. Now, let's explore the feedback from our next reviewer.
This reviewer wanted to share their experience with this new monitor after using it for a little while, and so far, they are pretty happy with the quality, especially considering the amazing price. Our reviewer mentioned that given the low cost, they opted for some extra protection, just in case something goes wrong after the initial return window closes. A key point to consider, according to this client, is that any monitor can only display the highest resolution that your computer is actually capable of producing. So, if the box boasts 4K but your system can only handle 1080p, that's what you'll end up seeing. Essentially, a better graphics card and processor will result in a better resolution output on the screen. The reviewer also cautioned against touching the screen directly, noting that it seems quite delicate and prone to damage. They suggested adjusting the monitor settings through your computer's display options, particularly if it's turning off frequently. One potential drawback mentioned was the quality of the built-in speakers. The reviewer highly recommends investing in separate, high-quality speakers for optimal music listening. Overall, this client would recommend this monitor to anyone on a budget, keeping in mind the insights they've shared. They also plan to update their review should anything significant change in their experience with it.
Wonderful. Now, let's explore the feedback from our next reviewer.
This reviewer picked up this monitor as a replacement for a broken 4K display. They weren't keen on spending big bucks for another high-resolution screen since it wasn't really necessary for their needs. And honestly, they don't hate this monitor. They went in knowing it wouldn't match the sharpness of their previous one. However, our reviewer does have a couple of issues. Firstly, they've struggled to get the colors looking quite right. No matter how much tweaking they do with the settings, the neutral tones just seem a bit off. Secondly, and perhaps more significantly, the viewing angles are a bit of a problem. Even when sitting directly in front of the display, a slight shift in position can result in a washed-out look. This client mentioned that at their typical eye level, the top of the screen looks fine, but the bottom tends to appear faded, even when viewed straight on. They acknowledge that this issue might seem more significant than it actually is, but it's definitely noticeable and can be a little distracting during use. Overall, while this monitor does the job, these quirks with color accuracy and viewing angles prevent it from being a truly great experience.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this, hit like, subscribe, and let me know what you think in the comments. Catch you in the next one.